Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself. This is your host, SUBOR Freeman, coming live from the members of Goyah studio. We want to say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating a birthday in the month of May. We pray that God Almighty will bless you with long life, good health, peace, and prosperity. If you are celebrating your birthday and for on your wedding anniversary, we say happy wedding anniversary to you and your special loved one. We pray that God Almighty will bless your holy matrimony with peace, love, unity, harmony, and longevity. If you are bereaved, we want to say our deeper condolences to you and your family for the loss of your bereaved, for the loss of your family. We pray that God Almighty will comfort you, God will console you, strengthen you. Especially for me who lost a very childhood friend of mine, considered brother, the late Lawrence P.S.K. today, who died, I think, on Saturday in Beaumont, and you're buried in Tony on Saturday. And so we want to take this time to extend our deeper condolences to the entire family. I was already ready. That loss is a loss to each and every one of us because Kitty and myself, we grew up together and we went through a lot of things together. It's sad. And so we want to really take this time to extend our deeper condolences to our friend and brother, to the family. You know, tonight I call this show impromptu show because number one, normally I won't do show back to back like this. Impromptu meaning that I have to do the show tonight because tomorrow is a big day in Minnesota. And so I got a call from a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, and he called to really tell me his he called me to vent, very frustrated with what is going on right now as we speak in Liberia and expectation wise and what have you. And so there was an interview done on Spoon by Edwin Snow. And if you haven't watched that yet, because of time's sake, we'll try to find the audio and maybe we can play that if we find it. And so you can listen to it for yourself. So it is based upon this background that we say, you know what? Let us do a show very quick. But most importantly, show today, we will be talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves and why, as we speak right now, that Minnesota is the place to be. This is something that we've been waiting for forever. Long overdue. And so we will be looking at what is happening right now in the Twin City, Minneapolis, Minnesota, one of the most beautiful states in the United States of America. One of the states that I can tell anybody for free. It's very welcoming to immigrants. They have been very kind and good and receptive, very diverse state. And so tonight we all can sit back and we all got our own memories about the Timberwolves. Never in the history that some of us that came to this state, maybe I moved here from the East Coast 2004 July. And when the year come around, we normally we're not talking basketball normally in the state of Minnesota as it pertains to the Timberwolves. We'll be talking about other teams. And here we are, we find ourselves in the discussion for the first time in the history of the team. That maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year that we people say, but I really believe this is it. I really believe this is our chance. And so we're going to talk about our Timberwolves, our beloved Timberwolves. Because normally when May rolling around, April, May, we are not even mentioned in a discussion. We have never been given. I can tell the last time that we had the Timberwolves on national TV. That is ESPN, TNT, ABC, nothing. If you want to watch the Timberwolves, we have to watch it locally. That is how much we have been disrespected in this state. And you know, for the first time on Sunday, we're watching the game, and normally I don't watch the game by myself because when it comes to my Minnesota Vikings and the other sporting team in Minnesota, like my Lakers, I love to watch the game by myself. The reason being is that I don't like distraction. I do not like distraction because I'm very passionate about the game. And so I get very emotional. People who know me will tell you, say, they better hear me use profanity. But sometimes when I in that my little bubble, I'll be honest with you, sometimes I get crazy about the game. And so I picked the Timberwolves to win it all. And so we play on Sunday. Maybe people can, it's my opinion, those are not opinions, those are facts, because hearing the Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller and the guys that were called in the game, you could already see that the referees, some of the calls were just flat or bad. And I'm sitting there saying, what? These people want us to really lose? And Denver jump on us before we make our mind, we're down by 20 points. I got off. I walked outside. I almost turned the TV or something, say, no, don't turn it off, free. No, went outside, caught my breath, and I was very discouraged. I said, what? But at the same time, something told me about free. When was the last time you got to this level? When was the last time that you got here? And so I went back to the game, and I'm telling you, Timberwolves in the third, fourth quarter, they put out a clinic, what I call defensively, locked down Denver. They getting ready shake. And we won the game. I know some people still surprised that we talking about the conference final, but I want to remind you that as fans, I think we have to embrace the moment. We can't sit back and be waiting for the other foot of the shoe to fall off. We have to be very proud. We have to be very positive. We have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to be grateful to God, because I believe the only thing that can stop us from winning the championship is injury. And by God's grace, we are being healthy. And I know there are a lot of people still scratching their head, but let me tell you my takeaway. Watching Charles Barkley, Ernest, one of my favorite players, Vince Carter, Charles Barkley, to hear the guy say, many Apostles here will come on Wednesday. Can you imagine? the TNT crew is flying to Minneapolis. They will be here tomorrow, Wednesday. The whole country now, for the first time, get the chance to pay attention to our state and our beautiful city, Minneapolis. And so what more can we ask for? All I can say to the fan, we cannot sit down. We have to embrace this movement. We have to enjoy it. We have to show up and show out to really put our boys, give them the support in every way we can. If you ain't got money to buy the ticket to go to the game, but let make downtown lively. Let's tell these people in America, because for the first time, Minneapolis is going to get the attention all by herself. This team, December of 1986, we've been to the conference final one time. And here we are, I'm telling you, everything right before us. Everything right before us. And so, I'm telling you, as a Minnesotan, wherever you find yourself around the globe, I am asking you, get your green, set your alarm to the game time tomorrow, be part of the celebration, because the celebration starts tomorrow. And let me be honest with you guys. I told a lot of people this question ahead. There is no reason why we can't sweep the Dallas Maverick, because I believe this Timberwolves team is a different team right now. Absolutely different team. And so I'm not going to shy away. And so we want to tell God thank you for giving us life, for giving us the opportunity to be alive, to see what I call a historical moment in the making. Because I know we're going to the finals. That for sure. And so I just wanted to give you a little glance of what is happening in our beautiful city right now. It's raining here right now. That's okay. Because right now I'm telling you, people are surprised. Some people are still in shock. And some people are still saying, this can be truth. And so we are preparing now to embrace the movement. I just want to encourage us as fans. Let's enjoy every minute. Let's enjoy every minute. Let's cherish it. Because I'm telling you, 20 years ago, you can't look. We got an NBA team in Minnesota. And we don't even get that type of national attention. The last time Minnesota had the spotlight a little bit when Kevin Garnett was here. But you know, I'm so grateful to the ownership, the management, the players, led by the 22-year-old Anthony Edwards. Here we are right now. Who knows? In the morning, you turn the TV on now, you hear Timberwolves being discussed. Timberwolves being discussed at that national level. What a good time to be living in the beautiful state of Minnesota. What a good time. Right now, I'm telling you, you go to get up. First Take. Or TNT. You name it. All the sport network right now. Who they're discussing right now? Minnesota, led by the 22-year-old Anthony Edwards. And so we we should accept the challenge. We should embrace the attention because this is what we've been wanting. This is what we've been wanting. This is what we've been praying for. And so tomorrow, let's show up. Be proud. No matter what the outcome, we are grateful because we got the whole American attention and the rest of the world. And so tomorrow we will be downtown. We will be lock and low, ready for our team of Wolf to take on the Dallas Mavericks. And look, it's so beautiful that people talking about. And one thing they're saying right now, the face of the NBA for the past almost 14 years or so more, correct me if I'm wrong, the face of the NBA have been LeBron James. And here we are right now. Here we are. And yet the people say Anthony Edwards might be the face of the NBA. So that tells me we almost our game starting from tomorrow. I think now we're gonna be on national TV every season. And so we can be praying, people laugh at us, they mock us, they play fun out of us. And here we are, we find ourselves in contention for the NBA championship. Minnesotans, we have to embrace this movement. We have to be very supportive. Let us remove all doubt. Don't let people play any doubt in our mind that there's no reason why the team can't win. Because I think the time is right. The stage is set. The atmosphere is absolutely beautiful. We just have to stand shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot, hand to hand with our Timberwolves, because history is in the making, and we can help propel the Timberwolves to that place. Don't shy away. Don't let people plant doubt in your mind, because I'm telling you, pound for pound, player for player, height for height, you need me. Skill by skill, position by position. I believe Timberwolves, this Timberwolves team, we are locked and loaded from top to bottom. We just pray for our coach to get healthy so he can be able to come back on the sideline. And so let's embrace it. Let us embrace it. We can shy away from the competition now because it's either now or never. It's either now or never. And so, my people, we want to take this time to invite you people. Yes. And so we have to be prepared. We can't sit there and say, oh, we're now up to the tax and what have you, and blah blah blah, and all the type of no. And so we're going to stop here right now. But I want to draw our attention to what I call something that I started talking about yesterday. Something that I started talking about yesterday, and I think, and that's the reason why I am doing the show tonight, because I believe the topic itself is a very touching topic. That's why when I got a call from my brother and friend, I promise him that I want to make sure that I talk about this. And I told him it's just easy to get upset when you listen to some of these people talking, and rightfully so. But the truth remains that I never saw the interview because I left. In fact, I was to work when he called me, and I told him when I get off work, I want to call him. And I did. I did call him. I did a follow-up call, and we talked, and he was telling me about the interview that Snow had, or the interview that Snow did on Spoon TV. I didn't watch that interview, but he was just telling me what the Edwin Snow talk about. You're talking about corruption in the highest, at the highest. I mean, corruption at the early stage in the government, it gone to another level. And so tonight, I really wanted to speak to that. But I was saying something yesterday because of time, and we're just going to use the next maybe 28 or 24 minutes to have the discussion. But if you remember, I was telling you one of the reasons that we found ourselves in this position because we got people that are in power who are not just up to the task. And I think, according to what I was told, Edwin Snowden had a lot to say about Joseph Boakai administration. That, and we're trying to find out that interview, but because of time, I hope I can find it, and maybe we can play it. Because it's easy to criticize. It's very easy to criticize, like I said yesterday. And we play this blame game. This is a blame game that we play all the time at every level. People never take responsibility. They pass it on to other people and they exclude themselves from the problem. And yesterday, the headline was, what can we contribute towards our country? And to hear the brother talk about, there are a lot of things he talked about. There are so many things that is going on right now that Joseph Parker is not doing anything about. That we got sanctioned. There are a lot of things that the government is not doing. And so the question that comes to mind, I know the last time I checked, Edwin Snow, the last time I checked, Edwin Snow was the representative for Liberia on ECOWAS. So if he is saying that there are so many things that haven't been done at that level, that's fine. We like that. We do. But you would think that a man who represents us on ECOWAS, what did he do? What did he do to help alleviate some of the things that he talked about? It's just easy. It's very, very easy because you can bring the long list. And so when Edwin Snowden is talking, I want people to understand he has the power. It's just like talking about Yeke Koluba. People should stop pointing fingers and blaming when they know the part of the problem. And I don't know, This is where sometimes people get frustrated with the Liberian people, but I don't. I don't get frustrated with the Liberian people because the fact is, people make the decision based upon how well they inform or how well they understand what I hand. And I don't think the Liberian people fully grasp what is going on. Because it's easy to hear a lawmaker complaining of man who has power that can make or introduce a legislation to curtail some of these things. And I don't want when people get on the airwave and do this interview and projecting that they're not part of the problem. And this is what we've been trying to tell the Liberian people. If the country will get better, we have to open our eyes. I told you during the election time, we have to look at people's history. There's a reason why this country that I live in, when you apply for a job or you want rent, you want anything, the first thing that people do, they put check your background. Where you are working, they want who that man, who is SUBOR Freeman. SUBOR Freeman worked to this place. How long did he work there for? What is SUBOR Freeman work ethics? That's what we talk about, the past. They put the past under the microscope. Because based upon what it will say about SUBOR Freeman to his past job, will make them say, okay, we can hire him because we believe you will help us get to what we want to get in the future. And we told you on the show, my people, when the election was coming, let us pay attention to these people record. Let's put the people records under the microscope. And we told you, it's easy for people, and I said it over and over, 100 US will not call it. It can sustain for 6 years. 200 US can sustain for 6 years. If you lock it and you're somebody who can think outside the box, maybe you'll manage it. And we told you people gotta be wise and think about the future of your children, your great-grandchildren, your children yet unborn. When we're making any type of decision, we're going to the poll to vote. We have to take all of these things into consideration before we cast our ballot. But Liberians, for some reason, we don't pay attention to the past. We ignore it, and then we make decisions. And then when we find ourselves in the problem, then we expect miracle to happen. Not possible. Not possible. It's not going to happen. I can tell you that for free. And so I remember very well, and somebody can correct me if I am wrong. Suno served for ECOWAS went from Ellington, and yet a man who pointed out all these things. So what did he do? What did he do? We need to say that everything on the tour right now, because he got some appetite or that he can become president. Good thing. We expect people to vie for the presidency. But the Liberian people, I will remind us. I will really remind us. This problem, don't take your eyes off of the first branch of government. The Snow, the Yeke Koruba, all these people that are criticizing. We agree. We agree. But my people, let's start to look at these people record. Let's start to look at these people record. Now, I don't know, but some of the claim and accusation that were made by the senator, I just want to tell the senator he has the power to launch investigation into some of these things that he was saying. He has that power, and he can even write it within the Senate. And so how can he exclude himself from the problem that the country is facing according to him right now, and just think it's quite a Joseph Barker problem? And I said this thing, I will say it again. Joseph Boakai, he have to find time, he have to make use of what we call the bully puppet. The bully puppet. He have to make use of that. He got to be able to engage the Liberian people consistently and tell them what is happening. But if this government remain mute, I'm telling you, the possibility of the government being very unpopular is easy. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I am not a unity partisan. I am a Liberian who truly love my country, and I believe it is about time that we work together. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying if Joseph Boakai is not doing the right thing, that means we should give him pass. All I'm saying to us, while we criticize him, let also be part of the solution. Because right now, when you listen to all these people that are talking, they pointing out all the problems. To some extent, they're not like you and myself. These are people that have been in power for centuries to the time. And so when these people take the airwave, oh, the government like this, don't listen to that. I'm telling you, they have what I call the senators, the representatives. These are people, I'm telling you, that got power. He talked about corruption in high places. People looting according to him. This is a man who can, I think he chair a committee. I will find a committee that he chairs. But these are people that can say, hey, look, we have to call this SYZ person here to tell us what is going on with the government. And this is the type of bad politics that I don't like. You holding the government hostage at the same time and acting like you're not part of the problem. Because the fact remains that if that bill going to move forward, then the lawmakers got to take that, they have to take that step. And so this is how they get people confused now. We better go on 6 months. All these things that you're pointing out, you can do something about it. You can do something if you're really serious. Man's a senator. Man's a senator. Now, they got the Liberian people thinking one way. So everybody right now, hands going straight to Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai is the problem. Joseph Boakai is the problem. Joseph Boakai government like this. But they forget to know that they're part of the government. They forget to know that they are part of the government. They are decision makers. They are policy makers. And another thing we talked about yesterday is sadly, we're going to dive into the headlines. One particular one I will talk about yesterday, and it is what it is. It's the fact that right now, as we speak, according to Front Page Africa, the Commerce Minister finally agreed. The Commerce Minister finally agreed. And we're going to read it. And we're going to put on the screen for you to see. Because I told you, whether we like it or not, this is where we are. Whether we agree or not, this is where we are. Now the red price going up. The red price going up. The Commerce Minister agree. All right. And I think this is what we're going to read because we got to go on the prayer line for Bible study. But here is it. And we're not taking shot at one particular person. It's just the truth. There you go. This is the truth. So we find ourselves. Whether we like it or not. I'm trying to find out. I'm really trying to share that stuff. All right, let's just read. It says Liberian government approves rice price increase in importer pressure, pledges focus on local production. The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, MODA, has announced that it has agreed to a request from importers to increase the price of rice to increase the price of a specific brand of rice on the local market, describing the rice industry as a cartel. So there you go. Rice is Liberia's staple food. Major importers of the commodity have been playing politics and threatening shortage if the government does not agree to a price hike due to the 20% export tax extended by India on parboiled rice. Trumpet Africa has gathered that the rice importers have written to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry proposing minimum price of $20 per 25 kg. They argue this increase is necessary to offset the rising cost of importing rice to Liberia. Addressing the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism, regular press briefing in Monrovia on Monday, May 19, Minister Model disclosed that in February this year, the government received a communication from rice importers, citing several previous communication addressed to the past government requesting an increase in the price of rice on the local market from $17 to $20. It says since February. In February this year, the government received a communication since February. And this is where I'll be saying, since February, what we in May. So we're waiting to see from February to May, what did the Ministry of Commerce, what did it do? What are some of the ideas? Because again, like I said, I will call it like I see it. I said it before to people in private and in public. Honestly speaking, I shipped into Liberia. It's very costly. I know that for free. And I told people, I was in Liberia for the short time I was there. I told people that if, thanks for watching, Eggs, thanks for watching, June, James, I appreciate you people. I told people in Liberia, I say, look, it's easy when people bring things you're wanting to sell it for this amount, but you don't understand the cost, and nobody want to do business at a loss. Since I already told people been in their discussion behind closed door. And I was in Liberia in March. I was there in March. So, this is what we call problem solving in project management. When situation come out, Leadership got to be able to step in and start to say, okay, you know what I mean? We just took power from Upon. We told the Liberian people, not just anybody suffering in the country. Everybody's look, the thing is glaring. It's not something that you got to be living in exactly to know that people are truly suffering in Liberia. And so what they wanting, rice is the staple food over there. And so all the moment you start hearing people telling you, hey, we can't continue to sell rice at this price. $17. No, we can't do business at a loss. And so even if you're going to increase it, then do it. Do it in February and say, you know what I mean? We're not going to keep kicking the can down the road. That's what I said. We kick the can down the road, thinking say the problem will go away. It's not going away. It's not going away. And that's one thing that people got to learn. Something happened, you know, one thing I like about us, even in our homes. You get conflict, the brand men never found a way to resolve that conflict. You just yell at each other, you kick a can, and I seem to resurface. You can't do that. You have to be able to address the issue, find an amicable solution to the problem, and then move on. Then you close that book and you move it on. And whatever you come up with to be the solution for that problem, that's where you focus your attention to make sure that you get the desired result that you need. But we're very good at, we'll come out of it again. That's what got us stuck. We are stuck. And the reason why we stuck because we don't have people in leadership that are very innovative, people that are very creative, people that are problem solving. People will sit down for hours and start to put ideas together. I said something the other day. We don't develop. We need to train people. One of the positions that people don't talk about, you need more project manager and project coordinator in Liberia. Because part of the reason why we're suffering in the hard times in the country, people are now far-sighted. The energy people used to steal. Look, Liberian will the people will take hours planning how to steal. But we don't take that same energy to say, okay, what can we do to make things better? And there's where we find ourselves. I said it and I will say it again. Opon was not Liberia. We all are part of the problem. And yet we are. People already start pointing fingers. Ain't that easy? We don't do that. We don't have to start with it. And I don't know when will we get there to start to really. I'll give you an example. I talk about the LRA boss, Double Jala. Now the first man are heard telling us, hey, I can raise $1 billion. We can raise the budget to this amount. And one way we can do that is eliminating government waste. And I hope from a pure economic and budgetary standpoint, even the common administrator, find something, look there. Okay, what are we doing wrong? What can we do to ease the burden on importing rice? It's a good idea to just have a monopoly or, play with something different. Let's play with something different. Let's tweak it a little bit. The rest of we can't just be, let's find something. My people, can government come in and maybe talk and negotiate directly with the government of India and see, and just, find some way. But since May, they've been, that kicking the can down the road. And you see right now, they're forced to give in because they never found ways to address that problem. The people say, hey, we can't keep selling rice $17. We'll be doing business at a loss. And the reason is the people impose extra taxes. Now you go back and say, okay, the extra taxes, my people, they think, how can we split the extra? What can we do as government, as commerce ministry? What can we do? Let me get on the phone. Let me call my counterpart in India. Because I don't know if that the government in India selling the rest. I want to believe those people that are selling the rest are business people too. Okay, then find ways. Send people over there. Hey, look, we've been doing business for you people for a very long time now. You people have become one of the supplier when it comes to this product. But right now we're just taking over. We can't afford for the red price to go to $20. So what can we do? The extra $3 we're talking about. What can we do about the extra $3, my people? Then you say you get some proposal on the table too, because when you go to talk to somebody, hey, you get in something and say, "This is I believe we can do this," and that's what we're talking about. We just kick the can down the road, and eventually, as you're walking, that can right there again. You kick it down the road. This is our problem. This is our problem. We have to find ways to put our look. Don't get me wrong. I think if we just use the time and the effort that we design and strategize to steal from our very self, to enslave our people, if we start to use those ideas, if we try to use those ideas to problem solve, I believe the country will be better. The country under 5 million people. People are suffering. People are suffering. I'm telling you, I was there in March. And so we have to find ways. Find way to relieve the burden of the people. We got to be able to do that. We have to be able to do that. And so when you hear Edwin Snowden now, everybody now easy. It's just easy because Joseph Boakai now is a dumb site. That's why everybody just putting it on in now. But I'm here to remind us and I'm here to educate us that they are part of the problem. They have to help problem solve. What can we do? And part of the decision making too, that's why I say we all part of the thing. You all row boat. We are all part of the whole thing. People are, it's sad. It is sad. And so, again, I know already when I was in Liberia, I can be very honest with you people. When I was there, I already heard people complaining. Already. And every chance that I had, I told people, say it's too early. Too early, my people. I told us something during the election time, during the campaign time. I say, this movie called Liberia, we produced the movie called part one of the movie called Liberia. We saw when Liberian men get passionate about something, we see the effort. People, grassroots people, were able to provide security to the various police station. People make sure they said to themselves, our vote will be counted. The rightful person will win. And we produced part one of the movies called Liberia. And we had what I call a very successful election. People gave up praises, not just in Africa, but around the world. They look at our election system and say, wow, the grassroots people did that. They provided security for their own vote. They kept the peace. They make sure that nothing went wrong. Okay, we elect the government in our part one. Part two of the show We have to start to pay attention now to things that is happening in the government. And part of that is the political game that is being played. So it's just easier for them to make you to turn against this government. Before you even start to turn against, make sure you what we call, they say, exert all of your options. And so when you hear your lawmaker then come, because it's easier for them to, when they start to do that, they're hiding behind their inability, the inability to lead, the inability to find solution to the problem. So that's what they start to do now. They start to point fingers. And then you will sit there and think, say they advocated for you or they like you. No, they are the problem. They are the problem. I'll give one example. Take, for example, look at the budget. You can never, ever, in government, if the money not there, you're not going to spend it. You can't tell your child to go to the market to go buy palm nut because you want to cook palm butter if you get the money. You can make the list. You want boni, you want kettere, you want perabo. You will make that fine list. But you know what they're waiting for the money now to get in their hands so they can go to the market in order for that palm butter to be cooked. So let me ask you the question. If your dad say, tomorrow eat the palm butter, and your dad or your mom, you gave the money to you to cook the palm butter, who are supposed to blame? Okay, yeah, you see all the ingredients. $10 palm butter, $15 or bitter ball, dry fish, all that type of stuff. The less that you see it. Because you need the money to buy those items for you to be able to cook the soup, to cook the palm butter soup. And your dad say, oh, I got money. But how much? You tell him, say, the total cost to prepare the palm butter for today is, I just give you an example, it's $50. You say, okay, I come in, I go to the store, when I come out, I'll get the $50. Are you going to bring your mom? Are you going to bring your dad? Or who else wants to cook? It's the same thing with budget. Government got to raise the money. Then they put it in the bank. And then before all the expenditure that they talk about, before it start to flow, who don't holding it up? Your senator and your representative then. Because they was so focused about themselves. We're in it for us. We want to know we're in it for us. If we can't see we're in it for us, we're not passing it. It touches up our hands. He can't do nothing. So I just want to look at it from that standpoint when you hear all these people talking. No, they got everything in their pocket. They have it. It's supposed to come from them before it can reach to Joseph Boakai then. You see, they send it. Now, the way they send the budget on to Joseph Boakai desk, he can review it and sign it, or he can send it back. My people, common sense. That's how government work. Common sense. Common sense. And I'm not just saying I work as a project grant coordinator for St. Catherine. Every Friday I reconcile budget. So we understand how budget work. But now, when they say, it's just easier for them to get on the airway and say, oh, Joseph Boakai. Now, don't get me wrong. If it is truth that somebody, true, that the corruption that he talked about, then we expect Joseph Boakai to act. But I just tell you that they have the power. Slow there. Whether Joseph Boakai act or not, they can call people and say, look, we will hold you here. If you can't give us any good, you will be out of the office. I'm telling you. It's a collective effort. It is a collective effort. Don't let them tell you anything about Joseph Boakai. And I just choose to talk about this particular issue because, I'm getting sick and tired of people kicking the can down the road. Or let's start blaming each other. You all want leadership, you put one power because you told us that you will make the difference in our lives as lawmakers. Do it then. Do it. Don't hide behind the executive branch of government like you don't have the power. You are the first branch of government. You're the first branch of government. I gave you one example. During the confirmation hearing, all these people that are in office, they went through confirmation hearing. And sooner then, they're the one who were there asking these people the questions. And they saw a fit, those purposes, and they confirmed them. Just a Barker can send people there. As soon as they say no, that person's not going to get a job. They're not going to get it. So I'm just telling you all, every names that Joseph Barker appointed that was nominated to various ministry and thing, they went through what we call the confirmation process. This is how it worked. The president says, SUBOR Freeman, we appoint you as Minister for Transport. SUBOR Freeman then go and face that committee, the committee on transport. They ask me all the questions. When they say SUBOR Freeman, sorry, everything you present to us here, it don't make sense. We don't see your vision. Therefore, we can confirm you. Guess what? Joseph Barker, he got no choice but to withdraw money. You withdraw it because they say, they cannot going through. That is how powerful the people are. The people you see sitting on the Capitol building. I don't know. Maybe you don't know that. I'm just telling you, that's how government work. You're not getting it. You're not going to get the job. I'm telling you. So even when your name is called, the executive work closely with the leadership to make sure, hey, our appointee has to go through. Some of these our people, all the name we say, there's a follow up. So who confirm those people? You don't have the qualification, you're not getting that job. Joseph Barker and go up in Canada, you're not getting that job. I'm not getting that job. So how can these people now be criticizing Joseph Barker as if to say they don't have they don't let us? We just talking. But these are people that can do things. I'm telling you, they can physically get involved and change some of the things they say, some of the accusations, some of the claims that they're making. These people has the power to do that. So how are they acting like, oh, look, my people, make no mistake, man. We have to be better, we have to be smart. We can't allow this same old story to be catching on all the time. All the time. Even if Joseph Barker got good intention. Good intention. We still need people that would, I said it during open time, I was saying, Joseph Barker can be to the comment ministry. Joseph Barker can be to education. Joseph Barker can be to finance. Joseph Barker can be to labor ministry. Joseph Barker can be to agriculture. Joseph Barker can be to lands and mass. Joseph Barker can be to LRA. Joseph Barker can be to finance at the same time. It's not possible. It's not possible. So you see, government is Every one of us, we all have to put our hands in the dirt. You to the final ministry, you do the best you can to make that ministry better, make the people around it better. And together we all can enjoy the benefit. But again, I just wanted to make sure I talk on this because when I got that information, I said to myself, no, this is something that needs to be discussed in details. And we'll put some real document together and we'll come back on the show on Wednesday and then we'll tell the Liberian people how government actually work. I told us we need to start teaching civics. Because I don't think the Liberian people really understand how government work. I really do. The short time that I stay in Liberia, when you talk to people, all I hear the people saying, Joseph Boga, Joseph Boga, Joseph Boga. But I don't think they really understand that there are three branches of government. I don't think they really understand. I really don't think they understand it. I think they just think the president got all of the power. And because that's why people make them to feel like the president has all of the power. No. And that is why we will continue to talk and we urge other people to do the same thing. Don't just sit down and do backyard politics. You got your LinkedIn friend, you do your podcast. I'm telling you, the little we do, you'll be surprised how far your voice can go. I always come back to the late Johnny Lewis, and I'll close on this. I'm going to use Johnny Lewis as an example, and I'll be closing on this because I got to go on the prayer line. The late Johnny Lewis said, at the age of 15, just after they killed Emmett Tate, if those of you who don't know who Emmett Tate was a black kid who back then in the 60s decided to date a white girl, and that was what we call taboo. It can't happen. And Emmett Tate was hanged, disfigured the way they killed him, because no black man at that time supposed to even mess around with a woman or white women. Not possible. And at the time, the young 15 years old, according to him, you can go and find that story. According to him, he said he confused with everything running through his mind, even though he was well protected because, according to him, mom, dad, his siblings. But the question that he comes to him, when I leave from a family and I just walk down the road, the story can change. He in a state of confusion where he lot of thoughts going through his head. And guess what? He didn't say I'll listen to a brand new radio or a brand new television set. He said on this fateful day, I was saying about old radio, and you heard his voice speaking. Dr. Martin Luther King was the one that was talking. And the rest is history. That's how Johnny Lewis got involved at the age of 15. So don't think that you can just sit down and say, hey, I just want to sit down and the people, we get it wrong. We have to use our voices. We have to get involved. We have to be able to educate. We have to be able to hold each other accountable. But our faithful day. Take, for example, what could happen in Martin Luther King on the air. And we all know what Johnny Lewis went through. Bloody Sunday, the Emmett Petty Bridge, staring at police. And because the fact that he had the opportunity to listen to Dr. Martin Luther King inspired him, he understood that the challenge was not just if they were going to be successful, Martin Luther King couldn't do it alone. And that's what inspired him. And he got involved. He was beaten severely, almost to death. But he was fighting for something that he believed in. And that's why I urge every one of us, my people, let us take this time to truly invest in our country. Let's talk. Let us not talk in the barber shop or to sections, or we feel like We're not there, so I ain't got no part to play. I mean, America, I can eat whenever I want. God bless me. I'm working. No, 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 no. I think when God bless us, we have to be able to use our voice too. And so tonight we want to say thank you. Tomorrow will be here to truly do our real show, and we're going to be talking about how government work. And we're going to spend more time on the three branches of government, how it work, the expectation, and the shared responsibility that each branch has in terms of making sure that things is done rightfully. So on this note, we want to say thank you for the impromptu broadcast. Hopefully tomorrow you tune in. We want to say thank you to Agnes. We want to say thank you to James and the rest of the people that are watching. We pray that God bless you. Spread the video. We'll be back here tomorrow night to do our full show. Once again, this is your host, SUBOR Freeman, saying good night from the state of Minnesota. Don't forget, tomorrow the team of Wolf playing. If you can't afford to buy the ticket, do something. Go downtown. Create some excitement because this is our time. Have a wonderful evening. Stay blessed, everybody. Good night.